Rahul back, Rahul back, Rahul back. This your boy known as Anu Epsu, also known in Am Enlil. So I just want the Nuwabian brothers to know what I'm presenting this video today for, to set the record straight. I've been banned from Facebook for a whole week for using the term black double. But I just want to set this straight though, to let all y'all know. I see y'all coming on Facebook and I can't coming back, so that's the reason why, I'm not saying anything. But let's just get down to this, right? I asked a lot of questions about, where humans come from, and a lot of new white Puttite, Taurite, sand people and all that there, but they didn't know sand people was eight. They were eight people or eight beings. I mean to say they were eight beings. You had 8 women and 8 men that evolved from the water, from the laboratory of Shemti, and also from the Meldeck. The Meldeck had something to do with the laboratory of Shemti. And that was millions of years ago that this had happened. So with the evolution process, there is nothing funny about it. Even though Darwin, he tried to explain the evolution process and he couldn't, because he didn't have all the pieces to try to explain where we come from. And then you have a lot of people like, oh, well, white people come from monkeys. Hey, black people come from monkeys too. Right? Do your research, because humans are mammals and reptiles mixed. So I wanted to make this video, just to set this record straight, or keep the record straight for all the people that's in religions. And, it don't matter what religion you in, is you in Islam, you in Christianity, you know what I'm saying? Or even if you don't have a religion, even if you're an atheist, all of this stuff can be explained, by going to the root. But a lot of people, are dealing with roots, not root. So that's where a lot of confusion coming in at. And I don't deny no one and what they believe in, because I encourage you to study whatever you are studying until you elevate to a higher level. What I mean by that is that Christianity has a lot of pieces to it where you can learn about the truth. Islam have a lot of pieces in about the truth. And also other religions and stuff like that, like 5%ers, the Nation of Islam, Sufi, the Egyptian, or the Tamaran, and all of that. But the whole purpose is what we, Anunnaki or Anunnaki or Natiru or Nataru, or however you want to say it, we came here on a mission, and our mission was to come here and get a lot of minerals to replenish our planet. And we gave certain human beings secrets that was initiated into the AEO, the ancient extraterrestrial order that we brought here on Earth, where Marduk has turned it into AEO of the ancient Egyptian order, for the following humans to join that order on this planet Earth, so they can be initiated into some of, our enlightenments, to try to enlighten the world on where humans come from and things of that nature, So that's what's going on with that. And what a lot of people fail to realize is that they need to do more research before they just started coming out and starting to call names, starting to try to bash people on what they don't know what they're talking about. And another thing, black people have a real major problem with accepting authority, from another black man. And I want to play this video from General Saraseti about a lot of stuff he was saying, because I noticed back in the time when Saraseti was studying and saying the things that he was saying, it sounded good. But if I would have been there, I would have checked General Saraseti about the things that he was saying, which I'm going to play right now at this moment to let y'all see what he was talking about, which is a lot of stuff he couldn't explain really at the time. So check this out.
And everybody else don't have no halo. So I'm gonna ask you the question again. How do you know that something is divine? There's some. is a halo, which is the sun. The sun gives that thing divinity. Right? So the real divine God is the sun. That's what it is. And in the Bible it says, for God is a sun and a shield. That's in Proverbs. You can just Google it in. You'll have a big fight in the Hebrew. If you just Google it in, God is a sun and a shield.
And I just want to address that little part what he was saying about God is a sun and a shield, which is true in the Bible. And at the time, the Egyptians, wasn't worship the sun. They was getting acknowledgement to the sun because they know in this galaxy that the sun overruled a lot of nature or natural things. That's why they was giving homage to the sun, not as the sun is the creator of all universes or multiverses. Because that's not true, because that sun that we have right now in our galaxy ozone is just a baby sun, which is a star. So that's not the creator, as my father knew. So I just want that to be known.
It'll take you right to the birth. For God, and then the other one where it says, and the sun will rise with healing in his wings. And if you look at that particular verse, the S is spelled with a capital S. And the only time you capitalize something when it's a person, a place, and a thing. Look at it. I bet you it's capitalized. I bet you it's capitalized. Go look it up. You lying ass. Go look it up. God, any religion you want to separate the divine from the common, it's going to be the halo. It's the sun who motherfuckers divinity. So without the sun, everything dies. It would die. It's a solar system. And use a cracker without no milk.
Even though I agree, with General Sarah Seti on the sun part about, everything on this planet, Tiamat or Tamu or Tamaray from different dialects, without that sun, yes, it would die. But there would be a lot of life still on this planet. Humans would die, but you would have a lot of species that still were surviving, like it was before this sun was in this atmosphere, because that is not the original sun, just like this is not the original Earth. And a lot of people need to go back and do research on what we, Anunnaki, had left here for the humans to research and find out what really took place with this planet that they call Earth, and with us Anunnakis and other species that came here to visit and teach, and what was the purpose of humans even being created. Okay? Because humans evolved from a single cell that was planted in the water, that we placed in the water millions of years ago. And it took the evolution process millions of years from a single cell diversifying, going into other multiple cells, until you get algae, amoeba, and that going into different type of fishes and different type of mammals and reptiles. And that's how you got the evolution process of humans. Now, when humans evolved to a certain point, what they became known as genus Homo, genus meaning beginning, and Homo mean like a man-like type, like as monkeys. So they evolved to a form of genus Homo. We Anunnaki say now is the time that we should take these beings and graft them to do the work. Because at the time when the Anunnakis was doing the work, it was hard labor for them in Abzu, which is known as Africa today. So when they were doing the work, a lot of Anunnakis, the lower class, because it was 7 tribes of Anunnakis, which broke up into 3 tribes of the higher class and broke up into 4 tribes of the lower class. And my messenger, and who was under me, which is New School, who is known in biblical time as Gabriel, He the one was over the higher class of Anunnakis, and you had Uriel, who is also known as Cow. He was over the lower class, and Cow was the one that caused the revolt from the Anunnakis dying in the gold mine because they were dying and they were sick of just working trying to get minerals to replenish our planet. So we grafted these beings that we already had placed the seed in the water millions of years ago, and we already know that they were going to evolve to a mammal, what's known as a monkey, and we had to put our what we call a sharu blood, and they come out to be flesh. It's the blood of the Anunnaki, so we had to put sharu within these beings after we mixed them with the Enkiduites. When we mixed them with the Enkiduites, we came up with a being is called Homo erectus. So from the Homo erectus, we had to mix with them and create what's now known as Homo sapiens, beings with intelligence and have choices that we gave 360 degrees of will, meaning that there's 180 disagreeable, 180 agreeable, which always is battling when you're making a decision to try to do something right or do something wrong. There's a balance right there. And sometimes when you have disagreeable people, they decide to go with the 180 and turn that 180 to 190 to 200 to whatever, how disagreeable that being may be, or agreeable being may take from the disagreeable points and add to the agreeable points to become a more agreeable being. So that's how we created these beings. And that's what happened. Let me stop this right quick. And that's really what happened with the project, what we made Homo sapiens from us Anunnakis coming down to create these beings to get the minerals that we needed. And I also want to address this dude named Chuck Morgan. I want to address this dude named Tarnus. I want to address the brother from the Hebrew Israelites, to Captain Tatari, or whatever his name. I would like to have an honest debate with you brothers, or a conversation with you brothers about the information that you guys put out, because I can answer any and all questions that you guys have put out that the Nuwabians can't answer. I can answer all of those questions. And the reason why you put those questions out, because you thought you was being slick on putting something out that you thought no one can answer, or you thought that, like the brother Tarnus, he thinking that Dr. Malachi York plagiarized a lot of stuff that comes from Zachariah Stitchin. Well, Zachariah Stitchin get the information from? He got it from another man, and that man so forth. What you got to realize is the information that's on this planet Earth, we always had the information and affirmation here, and that's the reason why you got the stone tablets, and you also got the carving that's on the Tamaran, or what they call Egyptian walls and stuff like that. We left that. And we also left certain people with that was endowed in their DNA that they would be able to understand these tablets, only a certain few, and they would pass off this information to the one that they would initiate into the information and affirmation. And that's exactly what Marduk, who is known as Dr. Malachi York, did. Also, Yahweh Ben Yahweh did. And then you got Sheikh Daoud, or Shaq Daoud did. And a lot, you got Marcus Garvey and a lot of other more brothers that came before them that rolled down the chain of a line of existence that had certain information and certain characteristics that they had to play out to make all the pieces come together. Now that a lot of people thinking that Marduk is somewhere locked down in some type of prison or something, the information went haywire, because you got Nuwabians with the P, you got the Nuwabians with the B, and then it's like a lot of people challenging even what I say when I put information and affirmation out there. Then they like, well, how you know that you Inky? oh, nigga, you is not Inky. How do you know you are India? Nigga, you is not India. I am who I am. And I don't have to, keep trying to prove myself to y'all. My intellect speaks for itself. I always put out stuff that some of you didn't even know about. Like a lot of y'all didn't know about the Puttites that evolved from the waters with apes. Because y'all was saying that blacks didn't come from monkeys, or the Nubian people didn't come from monkeys, or newborns didn't come from monkeys. The original newborns evolved into what they call pygmies or Puttite or Taurites from the water, and they became what you call pygmies or newborns. That's where they come from the water, from apes. And we took them and we mixed them, like I said earlier, and we breeded a new species. So that species, which is called Homo sapien, from Homo erectus. So that species can have more knowledge and can be more usable by using tubes and stuff. Like you see humans today. You got humans know how to work. Humans know how to think for themselves. Humans know how to build houses. Humans know how to go to the toilet. They know how to do all this stuff. We don't want to talk and endow that in humans, because the first procreated woman, the first engineered woman, she can procreate on her own. She can have no kids or none of that. Procreated from NICU, and her daughter could not have kids. So we took it upon ourselves, from Inky and the rest of the scientists like Nergar, took it up on themselves to put this extra gene inside of these beings so they can procreate on their own, so we don't have to keep engineering and cloning them. And that's why today you have a man with the phallus or penis, and the penis get erected. It get hard, and the woman also get a stimulation of where she thrive in a natural instance of want to procreate. That's a natural thing. It's that extra cell that we put in humans to want to do that. All right. But I just want to make this video, to make it known to the people that challenge my authority as Enlil, because I say who I am and I come to show the affirmation and information, and they say, well, you're not teaching nothing different from Dr. Malachi Z. York. Well, if you stay tuned, I'm going to show you a lot of different teaching from Dr. Malachi Z. York and from other teachers as well. And I'm going to try to take you beyond that if you stay tuned to try to, incorporate to what I have incarnated to bring. But me as Enlil, I come to get my children, because there's two bloodlines. There's Inky bloodline, and then there's my bloodline, which come from my mother, Eptune. And you got Inky mother that come from the Dracolian side. So you got some of these humans running around with Dracolian blood. And you got some of the humans that's walking around on this planet Earth with the reptilians blood. So, and people not understanding why a lot of black people not getting along with each other. Like, wow, why can't we just never get along? Because you're not understanding the blood. You're not understanding your blood type, or actually where you come from, as from the Dracolian bloodline all the way through, or you come from the reptilian bloodline all the way through, which is my bloodline. And that's why I'm here to guide the Hebrew Israelites, so-called Hebrew Israelites, back to letting them know that they were Babylonians. Before they were calling themselves Hebrew Israelites, they were Sumerians, they was Persians, they was Assyrians, they was all of these beings, just like you have Jamaicans and you have Haitians. Before they was called Jamaicans and Haitians, what was their nationality? So Jamaican and Haitians cannot be their nationality. Hebrew Israelite cannot be your nationality. Name was Israel. So nationality, when that wasn't Cadma, who y'all call Adam, nationality. It wasn't Nakeba, who y'all call Eve. It wasn't her nationality. Cadma, or who y'all call Adam, had a mother and a father. Who y'all call Eve had a mother and a father as well. That's why when you go back and read the Bible, and you got a lot of people who want to just throw the Bible down like the Bible just the white man stuff and all of that. It's information and affirmation that's coded within that Bible that they couldn't take all the way out. Even if they want to insert it themselves in there to try to make our history their history, they couldn't do it all the way without keeping the proper information that was hidden into the Bible that they had to put back in there with the events and everything that happened in there. Like the gold, for instance, when it said in the Bible, and God said the gold was good in that land, that they were dealing with Ethiopian Kush. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot of stuff that's in there that you just can't totally say, well, I'm disregarding the Bible because this is the white man's stuff. Well, that's not true. They rewrote a lot of stuff, like I said, to insert themselves in our mysteries, so that it can seem like they always had his story or history, which is not true. And I will go into that later in another video about where they actually come from, how they was created and everything. But right now I'm dealing with specific topics, as a lot of people like bashing Dr. Malachi Z. Murdoch as he's a pedophile or something, or we're a cult. We're not a cult. Now you have different nations now since Dr. Malachi Z. left, Nuwabians, and it's a LLC. You have the Nuwabian Nation, and you also have another Nuwabian Nation with two leaders. And then you got the Nuwabians now calling themselves Sabians, and they dropping the Nuwabian because of something that happened with the brother Tarnus, and he was telling them about where where Nuwabu come from and stuff like that, from Afro Nuno and stuff like that, and which is where Afro Nuno get it from. They can't explain where he get it from. So that's why I'm here to cover all the information that was left out. And Marduk wasn't here to give you all the information. That's why he told you there was 24 elders. He was even taught by one of the elders when he was coming up. We all as elders have to be taught by another elder until our DNA exposure for the time for us to come in, our time to raise up, in that time to raise whoever chose to listen to right knowledge. And you can call me whatever you want to call me, or whatever you want to do to me. I'm going to continue to do what I do, and nothing is going to happen to me unless Anu allowed it. Not saying that because I am an Anunnaki as a Nuberian. Now, let's get this thing straight about Anunnaki, because Anunnaki or Anunnaki is an event. It's not actually a name. It's an event that we took on when Anu sent us to the planet Tiamat to get the minerals and stuff. So that's how we became Anunnakis, those who Anu sent down. But dealing with, the rest of the Anunnakis, because there's two sets of us, and we chose to use the Anunnakis with the K to separate ourselves from the ones with the Q. And the ones with the Q was like the Meldekians that had participated, the Greys like the Rumadians that we created, who to be scouters for us to go scout other planets before we get there, became a part of the Anunnaki. So they were Anunnakis as well. And you had some Dracolians that was part of the Anunnakis mission as well. And the Meldekians, they really didn't never liked us. And we were dealing with the Meldekians millions of years before we even crashed and crashed into their planet. We were dealing with them way before that. Those beings never liked us, Nuberians. They never liked us. So it was an agreement that was made with us and the Meldekians, because we came to the planet where they was already dwelling. And after we had a engagement with the Meldekians, we was attacking their planet, and we end up, using their 4 craft that they sent out to attack our planet Nibiru. We end up using those 4 crafts to travel with us, until we got rid of them and remodeled what you call Earth, which is Tiamat, because the lower half was shattered from us disregarding these craft from our craft. And that's how you got the inner sun within the Earth. And a lot of people don't know about the underworld, like Agartha, which is Ashasra. So when you're dealing with all of this stuff and you're coming into this information and affirmation, you need to know exactly what's going on. And not only Dr. Malachi Z. York brought this, there was other beings that brought this as well before Dr. Malachi Z. York brought the information that he's bringing. That's why you got a lot of people saying, oh, he plagiarized this, he got this from there, he got this from there. That's what we Anunnakis do. When we incarnate in a physical form, we take the information that we love millions of years ago, and we come back and use it in a form that we reincarnated so many times and had different mans that we chose to use this information in different form, and we come back and gather it in a form where we can give it back to the people in the days of time where they'll be able to understand it and understand it to come back together to try to get them ready for the craft that will be picking up the elite ones, the 144,000 and less. So this is what I'm all about, coming to get my bloodline. Marduk was teaching a lot of information and affirmation about his bloodline, and that's why a lot of people, cling to, even some of my children cling to Marduk, and they don't even know, they got a bloodline different from Marduk, but Marduk is one bloodline because we come from Anu, but he have a different father. He have a different father. He have a different grandfather. He have a different grandfather from his mother's side, from my people. So that's how that's going, and that's what my whole thing is of bringing the information and affirmation that Marduk is already using. But as you see, if you go on my Facebook page as James Owens, you will see how I'm laying out the information and affirmation for people who claim to be in the AEO, the Ancient Egyptian Order. I'm laying it out for them. Even though Dr. Malachi Z. York said the AEO, Ancient Egyptian, and he spelled Egypt or Ancient Egypt Order, with an E, with an I, it's still Greek. Egypt, Egyptian, whether you spell it with an I or a Y, it's still Greek. It don't matter if you think you went to some type of order that's saying, well, this is the reason why the I was changing, but you're still using Egyptian or Egypt. He's not using Tamaray. He did not say the ancient Tamaray order. Have you ever questioned yourself and said, well, the land was named Tamaray? He didn't name the land Egypt, but he did was saying Egypt of the West. And he was only using that for communication for people who wouldn't understand Tamaray. But you guys understand Tamaray. So why would he put you in an order that's called Ancient Egyptian Order or Ancient Egypt Order when Egypt with the I or the Y is still Greek? I'm here to school you guys. So if you think you can school me, and I've been doing this for years. I've been going back and forth with a lot of Nuwaubians for years. Even when Prince York was on there, I was in Prince York group, and I got banned out of his group for going against a lot of stuff with what he was saying, and I was challenging him in front of the people that he looked up to, and I was actually making him look real bad because a lot of people were just going with what he was saying, and I was going against what a lot of stuff he was saying. So they banned me from the group, and it was way back in like 2017, 16, one of those times around up in there, he had a group. I was in the group. I got banned from the group. So I've been doing this. I'm not new because you see the new name. I was under the name Anu Epsu. I was under the name Al Ghani Hakim Asaru. I was under different many names dealing with Facebook, Instagram, and stuff like that. And I came back under my name, James Owens, which is my contract name, earthly contract name. And that name even take me back to a lineage. They're going to take me back to who my people are. To show you guys the reason why York even used York, the traces back to Ben York and the rest of them. So when you people just want to challenge me just because I say I am Enlil and I know who I am, the actual Enlil, the son of Anu, I am. That's who I am. And I incarnated in this physical form. And I incarnated in this physical form endowed and equipped with intelligence that will destroy a normal human being. And I love to debate. I don't mind debating. And I'm not saying that I know everything, but the most important things dealing with where we need to go and about the information and affirmation, I know. So I just want to make this video for that. And what I do to you brothers and sisters, enjoy your day, enjoy your night, have a great time. And you brothers and sisters stay safe out there. Try to stay positive as much as possible, which I know is hard, dealing, on this earth with a lot of disagreeable beings and stuff like that, and the vibration of this planet Earth dealing with certain people. I know it's hard, but try to stay positive as much as possible, and just try to get yourself right. Try to take the time to try to understand the information that I'm bringing, and stop trying to always criticize me and just research what I'm saying for once, and stop saying, "Oh, you ain't a part of the New Nubian Nation. Where your certificate at? What is that? What that's at?" I've been a part of the new organization before you guys was even in existence. Yeah, before you guys were even in existence. Before this thing was even thought about. When you guys were even humans. That's what I'm trying to tell you. So the AEO, the original AEO, like I said, the ancient terrestrial order was already on the planet Mars. We had an Egyptian-like civilization with pyramids and everything built already, because some people really don't understand or understand why the pyramids are here. The pyramids do a lot of things for the planet Earth. Like, for once, it balanced the Earth, and it's like an antenna. It's also initiation process too for a lot of people. So, to get back into this stuff, and let y'all brothers know what's going on. That's what I'm gonna continue to do. But right now, I am banned. I am banned for Facebook for 7 days for using the term Black Devil. So they banned me, and I'm also gonna be working on something to come up with our own type of YouTube, so we can have the freedom of speech to say what we want to say without getting banned by somebody from using certain words in a sentence as we trying to express ourselves, and then that throw off the whole rhythm of us going back and forth with each other, getting information out, and they just throw people in Facebook jail when they know what you're trying to do, and they just that's another way of segregating us, because we're using their devices to do this. But we need to come up with our own devices and start depending on these people for their devices to do what we need to do and say what we need to say. And that's all I want to say on this video. So, like I said, you guys enjoy your day. My drink getting watery down. So yeah. Woo-wee. Enjoy your day, and you guys have, because I made this video. So Wadu, peace out, shalom, SA, help, do you, and adios, amigo.